Salam! So behind me are these pigeonholes, and this is where all the letters go to go out to each of the projects. And if I take one from here, you can see this is the writing from one of the children, and the drawings and the letters, and this is where they go. So there are 3 branches to compassion. The first is the child survival interventions, and we saw these on the first morning. This is the mums and the babies, taking them from when they're pregnant all the way through until the child is 1, and we got to see them and how they're kind of supported and nurtured, and their health is looked after, in particular to kind of make sure that the babies that are surviving in the first year are healthy and happy. And these are the children that then feed on to the child sponsorship development programme. So this is kind of compassion as we know it in the UK. So here we're just visiting the house of this lady here with her little baby. They're saying it's about $10 a month to rent. This is her kitchen. See if I can show you in here. She is a lady in the project. She cooks on here and then she sells what she cooks, and that's how she makes her money. And this is just inside, it's just one room. And she has electricity now, she's able to afford it, and so the rent has gone up for her. This is what it looks like on the inside. She has a little bench here, a little chair, and then just behind here she has a bed, a little bit of cooking equipment and a mosquito net for her and the baby. And this is where she sleeps with her child. So today we've been to the Compassion Project, which is where the children who are sponsored gather together for 4 to 8 hours a week, and on Saturdays they come and have extra schooling on top of their normal schooling to try and give them a leg up in their education. So we went round and saw some of the lessons they were doing, so some English lessons, some Amharic lessons, which is the local language here, and then a maths lesson as well. And just seeing some of the level of English that some of these guys have is really quite good. And yeah, at the end of each lesson they then sung us a little song. I like chocolate, chocolate. I like injera, you like injera, you all like injera, injera.
So we're currently here with Compassion at the project. You can see we're just playing lots of sports going on. Got basketball, volleyball and football at the other end. Yeah, look like having great fun.
I met these 3 girls here. The girl in the middle wants to grow up to be a mathematician, and the girls either side, they want to be pharmacists when they grow up. We've just come to a school here in Ethiopia, and it is playtime, and it is carnage, so there's loads of children.
And then we headed off to some of the homes of the children that are being sponsored, which was really interesting to see. The home I went to was a very small place. The path leading to it was a muddy little track. The houses are all built out of mud, so just amazing to see that. And then inside, the place we went into was no more than 8 foot square floor space, and that's their main living space for 5 people. So the father and 4 children, and then there's a small kind of bedroom off to the side of that which just fitted a double bed, again for the 5 of them to sleep in. The father works, he earns about 1,500 birr a month, and the accommodation costs them 1,100 birr, so they're only really living off sort of 300 or 400 birr a month. Which is around about £10 for the 5 of them, which is really not much at all. The eldest daughter is 20, she looks after the place, so she does all the cooking, the cleaning, looks after the younger siblings. So yeah, really eye-opening to see. There's no kitchen in the place, they have to share a kitchen with other people, no toilet. They don't have any running water, which again they have to pay extra for. So yeah, very interesting and eye-opening to see that.
So we're just off a main road here, I don't know if you can see, and just off the main road here we've come to visit the house of one of the little girls from the project. So there's a family that live here in this house. You can see the little girl outside in front here, so that's one house there. This is the second house here, and this is the little girl from the project. She is 13, and then this is her house here. She lives here with her mum, and she's got 2 other sisters. We'll see if we can take you inside.
That's okay.
So
yeah.
This is mum here.
No,
just here. This is kind of a bunk bed system, so we've got a bed up the top here and a bed down the bottom, and you can see there's what, 4 of us in here, and we completely fill the room, and that's everything in this girl's house. The good thing is they've got a tap over here, so they do have running water.
So just been in somebody's house just through that gate. There's quite a few houses through there. Yeah, again, very interesting to see. There's probably 4 foot by 10 foot square. 4 people living in there. There's bunk bed. One of the children are in the project. 4 years ago, the mother moved in. Started with absolutely nothing, just a floor. But now, thanks to the Compassion Project, they've got the bed, TV, pots and pans, furniture. So they're slowly trying to get to the place where they can buy their own house, which is really encouraging to see the good that it's doing.
Hello, so we're just come to another project today to see a little bit about different interventions, and when we got here we were really surprised by the church that we were kind of greeted with. So all of the Compassion projects run out of a church, and this one is massive. It's bigger than our church back at home, and yeah, Mike's going to tell you a little bit about what the church is like.
So, considering they've only been here for 10 years, the church is only 10 years old, they have 5,400 members, which is unbelievable in such a short time. They've planted 200 churches in Ethiopia. Yeah, just incredible numbers. They have a real heart for getting out into the community, and Compassion has been a huge help with that, in being able to get people into the church and to grow so quickly.
Last day today we've been seeing our sponsor child.
Yeah, so kind of flowing on from that, it's been I don't know, it makes it almost seem so much more valuable meeting your child after seeing what has gone into him in the previous years, and what is involved actually in Compassion during the time that you're not here. Yeah, it was a really great time meeting him. So it's just to kind of chat to him, and so we had a translator with us, so we could actually talk to him. He wasn't overly chatty, he was quite shy, but it was nice to get a few questions out of him. We found out that he had travelled 9 hours to be there for the day. So he had come down with his mum and social worker from the project. So yeah, incredible journey. So it was really nice to meet his mum as well. That was a really valuable time. So yeah, we just got involved in different activities at this little park we were at. So there was dodgems, there was like a Viking swing type thing, which he seemed to really enjoy all of them. But overall, he just wanted to keep playing football, so you could see his love for football, which seems to be the same for most kids out here. It's just such a simple, easy game for them to play, and they absolutely love it. So we then headed off to lunch, and again, a really nice time to be able to just sit and chat. So obviously his mum was with us for the whole time during that. So to be able to ask some of the questions to them, I had to say goodbye, which was yeah, it was slightly hard, but it was a really nice time with them. It was good to be able to send them on and kind of send them on with our blessing, and to be able to pray with them before they left as well was great. After giving them a few more presents as well, which TAMRAT seemed to like. So yeah, really good day, really good round up to the week. And I think, yeah, it's just a couple of things that stood out to me of how much they actually value getting letters. So yeah, even TAMRAT, with not being overly chatty, we quite quickly gathered that he really valued our letters that we had sent to him. And that's been the same throughout the whole week. Anybody you chat to absolutely loves getting letters. Kind of on the flip side to that, there's one of the home visits I was in, the girl there unfortunately doesn't receive any letters from her sponsor. And you could see almost the heartache kind of when she said that, the pain kind of not receiving those letters. So I guess I just want to encourage you, if you are watching this, if you have a sponsored child, then do get writing, because it does mean a lot. It's something we've struggled with in the past, kind of, it doesn't feel like you're getting much back, but these are kids that don't ever get letters. Letter writing isn't something they do, so it's quite a weird thing for them to be doing. So maybe just bear that in mind when you're receiving letters, as it might be a bit abnormal for them. But any words that you can give them, they absolutely love. They love hearing about the country that you live in, and where you're from, and your family and the people around you. So that's a really valuable thing to do if you're able to sponsor a child. And if sponsoring a child is something that you might be interested in, I would definitely recommend it from this week. It's been absolutely just so much more involvement than you would realise. It's not just £25 a month to these guys, it's a whole new livelihood.